First up today is a scene from a movie called Interiors from 1978. So what do you need to know to watch this scene? It comes rather late in the movie. The father of these three daughters is in the process of divorcing his wife, their mother, and he has brought to dinner his new girlfriend, played by Maureen Stapleton. Now, you need to know that the mother he is divorcing is an extremely intellectual, controlling, emotionally distant, neurotic, somewhat suicidal, manipulative basket case of a gorgon. And she has raised her three daughters in her image. Into this emotional spider's web walks Pearl, who couldn't be more different. So here is Interiors.
Give me a good sirloin anytime. Charcoal. They talk about club steaks and porterhouse. Sirloin, charcoal, and blood rare.
Pearl's husband was something of a chef.
He was an amateur chef. Actually, he was in the jewelry business. My first husband, may rest in peace. Adam, my second, was an orthodontist.
How many have you had?
2. Adam had a massive coronary. Rudy was an alcoholic. Would you like some more gravy?
Oh, no, it's too heavy.
Oh, what are you worried about? It's delicious. Try it.
Where are you from, Pearl?
Florida. Oh, we lived all over the place when I was younger. But I prefer a warm climate. I even lived in Australia for a year. With my sister Faye when Adam died. But I went nuts. It's dead there.
I was in Sydney, Australia once.
Oh, was I lying? Did you like it?
Well, it was just vacation, you know. I was only there a couple of days.
Lucky. Oh, it's like a morgue. Nothing to do at night, no pizzazz. I couldn't take that.
Here's a woman who could be dancing every night.
Well, you know what I say. You only live once. Once is enough if you play it right.
Do you have any children, Pearl?
Oh, yes. I have 2 sons. Louis and John. Louis is in real estate. John runs an art gallery.
Oh?
In the lobby in Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. It's not exactly a gallery. It's more a concession.
Paintings of clowns on black velvet.
That's right. Junk. Oh, I tell you, it's pure junk. But people like it. They get a kick out of it. He does very nicely.
Pearl collects African art.
Oh, I love black ebony. I own some statues. Actually, they're from Trinidad. Oh, I love those real primitive statues with the big hips and the big breasts. Oh, I even have some voodoo masks. I believe in that stuff. I could tell you a fortune, but I need deck cards. Later, maybe.
There's a couple we met in Hagen who were raving about it, so I cabled right away from the office to get 2 tickets. I'm glad I did. It was fabulous.
Yeah, I know. We thought it was very interesting, too.
But depressing as hell. I mean, it was pessimistic to the point of futility.
Fashionable pessimism is all the rage nowadays.
When they sentenced those Algerians to death, I thought that was a good imaginative ending.
So I don't know. I mean, you call it fashionable, but it's hard to argue that in the face of death, life loses real meaning.
It is?
Well, I mean, I can't argue it succinctly, but I suppose if you read Socrates or Buddha or Schopenhauer, even Ecclesiastes, they're very convincing.
Well, they should know. I don't read that much.
What struck me was the way the terrorists only killed if they absolutely had to, never wantonly, just if they had to achieve their own aims. I was very moved when that Algerian boy said, "We killed in the name of freedom." It gave me chills.
Still killing for an abstraction.
Why, you value the life of a single person over the lives of thousands of others?
I don't know. I mean, who are those thousands? It's another abstraction.
To me, the conflict over the giving of the information between the French doctor and the Algerian was the best part of the play.
I know. The writer argued both sides so brilliantly, he didn't know who was right.
I didn't get that. I mean, to me, it wasn't such a big deal. One guy was a squealer, the other guy wasn't. I liked the guy that wasn't.
Well, it's a little more complex than that, don't you think?
Why? You liked the squealer? Did I miss something?
It's what made me anxious about the play. I mean, how do you figure out the right thing to do? How do you know?
How do you know? I don't know. You just know. I mean, you feel it. I mean, you just don't squeal. I don't know.
Anyway, it was a good evening in the theater for a change.
I'd love another piece of cheesecake, but
Well, have it. Oh, what are you worried about? You'll live to be 100 if you give up all the things that make you want to.
Am I the only one, or is it hot in here? We open a window?
So here's why I wanted to bring the scene into class. Maureen Stapleton is playing the outsider character. She's the Leonardo DiCaprio character, like in Titanic. But she doesn't want anything that these people have. She has won over their father. She doesn't need to win over them. More importantly, she has no respect for their point of view, for their way of life, for their culture. This means they are powerless to hurt her, powerless to insult her. Now, they might start a fight, and that would cause her some pain because she's in love with her father. They do not have the kind of power over her that they would have if there was somebody who really wanted to be accepted by them, who valued their values. So when the scene starts, she's perfectly at ease. She's having a great time. She's babbling on. She's talking. She's enjoying the food. She must, in some small sense, be aware that as a dinner party, this is not going over that great because the conversation seems a little bit stilted from everybody else. Not her, but certainly the daughters and the daughters' husbands, and even E.G. Marshall, the father character, isn't being quite the comfortable person that she's used to. But she plows ahead. She's trying. And then there's a little time jump. And for the first time, over dessert, she seems to realize that there's something wrong. She just doesn't understand the way these people think. And for the first time, she seems to be aware that there's some sort of disconnect. And that could turn out to be a real problem. And then she'll do these little things that might be considered passive-aggressive. They're talking about all these authors, these famous playwrights and philosophers, and she just throws in, yeah, I don't read that much. It's like that line in Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, in which the songwriter says to his lover, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, that's quite a line coming from a composer. What's so interesting to me about the scene is that there is some element that Pearl is not at all unaware of what's going on. She's met people like this before. She's not a young woman, and she's had to deal with them before. I think that what Pearl is doing is drawing some lines in the sand, as in, if you're going to start talking about Schopenhauer and Buddha and whoever else, Diane Keaton, name checks, you're not going to have Pearl. Pearl is going to check out. She's not going to go down that road with you. And there's a certain element of not exactly declaring war, but declaring herself, more or less giving these girls this information that they might need. This is who I am who you have to deal with, and this is what you're going to get from me. To some small extent, what she's doing in the scene is more or less declaring there's a new sheriff in town, and things are going to be different from here on out. She doesn't show the slightest intellectual panic. There's no sense from Pearl that she is racked by any self-doubt that she hasn't read all these famous intellectual authors. She stops just short of saying that people who do spend their time reading this kind of thing are wasting their time. Now, in one of those strange little Hollywood coincidences, just 3 years after Interiors in 1981, Maureen Stapleton and Diane Keaton made another movie in which their roles in Interiors were reversed. Maureen Stapleton is playing the intellectual, and Diane Keaton is playing the one with the intellectual panic. Also in the scene is Warren Beatty, the writer and director. So here's a little sequence from Reds.
Jack tells me you write, Miss Brett. What do you write about?
Everything.
You write about everything?
Everything, yes. Everything, nothing. Just...
Now, how about Davis and Sloan? Have they quit?
Not yet, but
Goddamn
we've been trying for the
who you
whole
vote
year.
for. Capitalists can take this country into war anytime they damn well please. The only impact you can make is in the streets.
Of course,
but don't you think, Emma, that if Debs gets a lot of votes, it'll strengthen that impact?
No, I don't. I think voting is the opium of the masses in this country. Every 4 years, you're dead in the pain.
Yeah, but don't you think?
I just made it very clear what I think, Miss Bryant.
Oh, come on, E.G., don't be so goddamn dogmatic. Louise has a point. She says...
Suddenly, I'm dogmatic. Why does my status change every time you get a new woman, Jack?
Barney, could I have the red wine? Louise, would you like a glass?
She's just, she's upset with me. It's got nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you, girl.
Thank you.
You keep taking
It's a great comfort.
Now, I brought the scene in not to go through bit by bit all the layered acting that they're doing, but just to show the complete transformations that both of those actors did, Maureen Stapleton and Diane Keaton. Oh, Diane Keaton, R.I.P. Oh, and by the way, Maureen Stapleton won an Oscar Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for Reds. So I've got one more scene to show you today. Another family gathering scene. This is from a movie called The Birdcage, directed by Mike Nichols. In this scene, the two young people, Dan Futterman and Callista Flockhart, are engaged to be married, and a little dinner party is arranged for their parents to meet. Robin Williams plays Dan Futterman's father, and Diane Wiest and Gene Hackman play Callista Flockhart's parents. And they are meeting for the first time. Robin Williams is extremely nervous about meeting Callista Flockhart's parents because her father is a United States senator. He's very conservative. He's very powerful. And Robin Williams and his spouse are very not conservative and very not powerful. And they are doing everything they can to make this little party go well. I'll just say right at the top, what I want you to pay attention to is Diane Wiest, what she's going through in this scene.
Nancy Drew and the Case of the Burning Candle. You have the whole series.
And how she plays it.
It was like so weird.
I really was. I was like, oh, will you marry me? She was like, oh, wait a second. Aren't you the guy who said no way before 30?
It was so funny.
Yes, it does sound funny.
How was your trip, Senator?
Oh, a nice trip. Yeah, very nice. We decided to drive down to see the seasons change. It was a long trip, though. Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. But it's just so magical to me to come from the north, where it's cold, to the south, where it's warm. See the tremendous differences from region to region in this incredible country of ours. My wife and I used to go down to Virginia every autumn to see the foliage turn. Virginia has amazing foliage, although I do think that the foliage in Ohio is underrated. It's just dazzling along I-75. It's just dazzling.
Hello?
So we would go down to Virginia just to get away for a while, you know, see the wonderful farms, the countryside.
Listen, I'm
It's beautiful.
Can you start dinner without me?
The hills, the mountains. Talk about your Purple Mountains majesty. Just fantastic. Red leaves, purple mountains, green fields, and the roads. black. Cutting through the green. All the colors. The trees. Pennsylvania's nice, too.
Was that my wife? Just now on the phone? I think it was. I was just so caught up. Val, was that Mom?
Yeah, she's stuck, but she'd like us to start dinner without her. I would have picked up, but I was just so interested in the senator's story.
Oh, wasn't that good? It was...
No, it was wonderful. Will you excuse me? I think I should tell Agados Spartacus this news.
Could you excuse us?
So there's a whole lot going on in Diane Weist's performance here, but I'm going to break it down as simply as I can into 3 layers. On the uppermost layer, she is being a loving and supporting spouse of her husband. No matter what he says, she's going to be supportive. If he gets off a line that's even halfway good, she's looking at the crowd to make sure, oh, did you catch that? That was good. And she wants to register how they are registering his performance, because he is, after all, a politician, and she needs to know these things. Now, right below this level is another layer of absolute panic because he's a complete idiot, and she's looking around to see if anybody is noticing how idiotic he's being. Because, after all, he is a politician, and she needs to know these things. Now, beneath that layer is another one, the deepest layer, which is that she really does love him, and she really does support him. And she knows, or thinks she knows, how smart he really is, but nobody can really tell. Or at any rate, she knows his heart. She knows what he feels inside and knows that he's a good man, and wants to do everything she can to support that side of him. So, top level, love and support. Below that, embarrassment, fear, panic. And below that, love and support, but on a very different level. It's all very complicated and surprisingly deep for such a whimsical comedy. As for the other people in the room, there's this thing that happens when people are not trained actors. Now, these are all actors, but they're playing people who are not trained actors. And when a situation comes along that just causes deer in headlights panic, most people are not able to summon a fake emotion to hide what they're feeling. All they can really do, if they don't want to show what they're feeling, is just shut down and show nothing. And that's what Robin Williams and Dan Futterman and Callista Flockhart are doing during most of this. I've always found it interesting to watch very good actors play bad actors, because mostly they get it wrong. When they get it right, it's wonderful. I've been thinking about doing an episode on playing stupid, and I might bring this scene back in for the miraculous work that Gene Hackman is doing here.
Parson Brown, living in a southern town, for doing good and talking good, he was known around. He had a...
But I suppose if you read Socrates or Buddha or Schopenhauer, even Ecclesiastes, they're very convincing.
Read Piaget, Kohlberg, or Maslow, Graves, Wilbur, and you'll see that we're still evolving. Our consciousness is changing.